Good morning. Hey, everybody. Welcome to my journey again. And I'm smiling, but AF did come, unfortunately. And I'm still smiling only because I'm going to try to make this as quickly as possible because I have to work out because that's a part of my routine, and I'll explain in a little bit. I know I was supposed to do an update Friday, but unfortunately, my uncle passed away that morning. My dad's brother, he passed away that morning. He had prostate cancer, and he's been sick for a little while. And a few days before, he told my dad that he knew he was gonna die, and he didn't want to die in the hospital. And so my dad asked the doctor to let him go home and be comfortable and everything. And the day he was supposed to go home, that Friday, he passed away 4 o'clock that morning. And so it was kind of like a really, really hard time because my dad called me before I went to work, and I was just like a mess the whole day at work. And thank God I have like some really cool coworkers who are very sweet, and they comforted me and they cheered me up, and I was able to stay the whole day. And because I'm in training, so I can't really miss any days at all, and I can't really miss any days period for the first 90 days because I'm on probation. And so I was not gonna make a video because it wasn't about me. It was about my dad and his feelings, and I wanted to have respect. And making a vlog, especially when my period came too, and so I was kind of irritated behind that as well. So I was kind of a little weepy about that, and then even more weepy because my uncle died. So that's the reason why I didn't do a video. But my period was supposed to come on the 26th, but it didn't come on the 26th. It came the very next day, and it's like a light spotting, the same thing that always happens: spot, heavy bleeding for 2 days, and then it tapers off, and that was the end of it. And so part of me was kind of I was kind of glad, only because with my new job, I kind of really like my job. I love it so much. The longer that it takes for me to get pregnant is kind of cool. I mean, I don't care when I get pregnant, but I'm hoping that I can make it to my 1-year anniversary at my job when I do, so that it won't be a big deal to go on maternity leave. So part of me was not really too upset that it my period came. I was kind of like, oh crap, you know what I mean? But it wasn't like a huge oh my god, my period came, and I wasn't distraught, because I really like my job. And so I know I said I was gonna stay home, and I said all these things, but I really want to make it to a year, so that I could take the maximum amount of time off and then go back to work and everything, because I like my job. I mean, I don't really have to work, but I do because I just like to be around people. Now just imagine if I wasn't at home, if I wasn't working, and my uncle passed away, and I was sad. I would have been sad all alone, all by myself, because my husband would is at work and everything. And I really didn't have anybody to confide in, because everybody's at work during the day. So just be me, myself, and Charlie and Sam, my two cats. So yeah, so I went and I did the first response ovulation predictor thingamajiggy. You go on, for those who don't know, I go on firstresponse.com, and I go on to their ovulation calendar. And what you have to do is that you put in the first day of your cycle, the first day you started bleeding. I don't care if it's a spot or whatever, the first day you saw pink. And that was on the 12th. And so you count how many cycles, you count how many days your cycle lasts. This particular cycle was 27 days. It's usually 26 on the dot, but for whatever reason it came on cycle day 27. And so as you put those numbers in, it will tell you approximately when your most fertile days are. So according to the answers that I gave, my most fertile days are from Saturday June 23rd to Wednesday, June 27th. So, you know, we we're gonna get on the ball. We BD last night, and we hadn't for like an entire week because of when it's just weird because when my job situation, I work from 2 p.m. to 11 p.m. and so by the time I get home, my husband is usually sleeping, and so I had to talk to him last night. Like, look, honey, just because I'm working, that don't mean let the sex just fall by the wayside. You got to, you know what I'm saying? So we came to a compromise where he gets off work like 4 or 5 o'clock, whatever the case may be. By the time he gets home, he eat or whatever, go to sleep, set your alarm for 11 o'clock because it takes me 15 minutes to get home from work. And so you set your alarm, get yourself all ready and whatever. So when I get home, we can just bam, do our thing and go straight to sleep, because ain't nobody trying to stay up all night. We don't stay up all night because we have sex often. So it doesn't really, like, no point to do the whole marathon all night long. Who does that anymore? People gotta work. We do that on the weekend. But anywho, so we had to kind of figure that out because I told myself I'm not going to be just going without sex during the week. I told him, I said, every other day to me is perfect, because he has to get up at 5:30 a.m. So I don't want to bombard him and, whatever case may be. But during my most fertile days, I'm going to try to get him all weekend long, this weekend, and, we're going to do our thing. So, with the whole workout thing, I am overweight, as I've already stated in my other videos. As you can very well see, I'm a bit portly. It's not a big deal to me. I mean, it is, but I'm not a fanatic. Like, some people are fanatical about their weight. I am not one of those people. But I do understand that it may be a factor in the reason why I am not getting pregnant by now. And so, I was kind of lax about it, but the lax is over. I am going to be on point from now on. So I'm going to start off doing working out between 4 and 5 days out of the week. And I'm going to start back running because I used to run. And, people are, making really ignorant. I hate, if you've gained weight, why do people feel like they have to tell you that you gained weight like you don't know? I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I went to, my brother had a Father's Day barbecue at his house yesterday, and his mother-in-law had to, did you gain any weight? Clearly I have. Since I've been with my husband, I have gained some happy weight. Yes, I have. I know. And so it just irks my nerves that people feel like they have to point that out to you. It's like, okay, we know, like, not trying to be rude about it, but it just, why are we stating the obvious? Like, seriously, you're not exactly skinny yourself. So I don't want to be rude, but it's just like, damn, why you have to tell? I know. And so, we have decided, well, not decided, it wasn't no big thing, but I wasn't, since I've been, I kind of enjoyed myself last week at work, eating out, going out to lunch and stuff like that. Well, those days are over. So we went to the grocery store and we picked out the little, dinners and stuff, healthy dinners that you can purchase or whatever. And so I'll be taking that to work along with my applesauce and stuff. And I'm going to start juicing again. I have a juicer. And start making my fresh juice and taking it to work with me and drinking tons and tons and tons of water. So that's the plan. Nothing big, nothing fanatical, just something to keep me on the right track. And portion control is one of my biggest things. So that's what I'm going to be doing. And so I will give you an update on my progress as far as, my weight is concerned, because it is a concern for me, because I honestly feel that that is the reason why I have not gotten pregnant yet. Because nobody in my family has an issue with fertility. Nobody. I mean, look, my brother and I are 13 months apart. I was a oops. And it's not nothing bad, but I was a oops, I wasn't, I was surprised. But I like to say oops because it's funny. I was a oops. So nobody in my family has had, or in my brother's, wife's family, whatever, she got pregnant, boom, that was it. And so, because of course, now that we've only been married for 3 weeks, and so when we're at the barbecue, everybody's like, "Oh, so are we gonna have a baby next year?" And I'm like, "Well, damn, can I just at least surprise y'all or whatever?" Like, it's like, as soon as you get married, people just like married baby. That's how they mind work. And so, and that's it just comes along with territory, I guess. But anyway, all is well. My dad is really sad. I mean, my uncle, we weren't like really like very close. I barely knew him. I think I saw him like a few times when I was a teenager, but it still hurt me because it's my family, and my dad was taking care of him towards the end, taking him to the doctor and stuff. So it was really, really sad. And I don't like to see my dad sad like that, because he just holds everything in, and he's just one big ball of, and so it's just, I'm not looking forward to the funeral. I hate funerals, but, so we tried to get together. Yes, we all got together for the Father's Day barbecue, and he was very, very happy that we were all together. So, yeah, that's it. This is life. Life sometimes, is short. So we have to cherish every moment. So stay tuned, and I'll update later on this week about my progress and everything. And for those of my thick sisters, come on, let's get it, because we want to be healthy. Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Peace and hair grease. Over and out. Bye.